Hi everyone, and welcome to my channel. This is the Reading Stitcher, and my name is Amy. And you've stumbled across my channel where I like to talk about my cross stitch and all the progress that I've made, and also a bit about books and some other of my hobbies. I just want to say thank you for everyone who's been watching. I really appreciate all the comments that I've been getting. I've really enjoyed seeing what everyone has to say, and it's really motivated me to kind of do more of what I enjoy. So just wanted to say a quick thank you to everyone for that, and probably another short video. I only worked on 6 whips this past 2 weeks, and while normally I would have worked on more of my projects, I did get a lot of progress. So I have 2 new finishes, and I'm very close to a 3rd finish that will probably be done later today or tomorrow. I might sneak it in at the end of the video. I'll have to wait and see. Just depends on how long I have time by myself today. I also got close to a page finish on one of my full coverage, and I finished as what I can of a part of a cell because I don't have all the colors. So I'll get down to all that, and then at the end of the video I'll let you know some of my plans and what I've been reading, what I've been playing for games, and a little bit of life stuff. So just to get started, we're going to start with my finishes. And so my first finish is my Tea Time Quaker, and I'm going to try and remember to put a before picture because there's quite significant progress to get to the finish. So I'll put a picture up here, and so this, I'm just looking at my notes, so if you see me looking down, that's where I'm looking. So this is my Tea Time Quaker by Ink Circles, and this is on a 16 count Aida Pheony by BeStitchMe. I'm working on this one 2/1. I finished it on July 12th, and it took me 1,331 stitches to finish. And this is what it looks like. And it just occurred to me that this might show up backwards. That's too bad. But I think it is going to show up backwards here, the text, but this just says tea here. So I'm really happy with this finish. Essentially what I did is I finished this teapot here in the middle and a piece of lemon, and then I did this whole bottom section. So I did this using the called for threads. I think they're not Karen's, but they're one of the silks. And I'm really happy with this. Originally, I was going to frame this and hang it in my kitchen, but as you can see, I made a boo-boo, and I don't have much of a side here. So I'm gonna take a look, see if there's something else that I can do. If you have any suggestions on how else I could display this in the kitchen with such little border, I would love to know. This one was an easy stitch. It was nice to pull out after a long time, and so this is my first finish. So second thing that I worked on is, and finished, so I've got all these different pieces of fabric here, as I'm sure you all know. You always have everything everywhere. So the next one that I finished unexpectedly for me is my Quaker do Japan by Jardin Prive. And this one was on a 25 count white Lugana 1/1 with the called for DMC. I finished this on July 14th with 3,434 stitches to finish it. And here we go. Hopefully I will have put up a picture so you could see everything that I did, because this put quite a few stitches on in this to get it finished. So essentially, all of the this entire motif here and the crane, and then the majority of this half bottom page. And I really enjoyed working on this. I did make one tiny mistake, but I don't think you can even notice it. Just a little bit of off spacing at the mountain there between that and the, I think it's a Dharma, the little doll thing there. So it's off by a couple stitches. But this is going to be eventually framed and hung, and I'm going to measure the fabric and see how much I have left, and I might have a new start on this depending on if I have the colors or not. So those were my two finishes. So those were the things that I worked on the most. And then aside from those, I have 4 regular whips, works in progress. Some of which you haven't seen in a long time, if at all. And yeah, so let me just grab my little bag here. So this is the Blue Jay by Mill Hill. This is the kit, and I do plan on framing it with this because I bought the frame already. And there's some parked threads here, so I hope you excuse that because I'm beading and threading and doing stitches at the same time. So this is on the perforated paper called for. Obviously this is a kit, and I've been beading as I go. So this got 427 stitches, mostly in this blue background here, because there was quite a bit of it. So my Blue Jay, the stitching, as far as I believe my stitching is all done in the Blue Jay, so he's just got beading. And I started his beading up in here. And that's why I've got the 2 needles on the go. But I'm happy that I'm getting some progress on this. I'll probably try and get another 500 stitches, because I'm trying to get caught up on my whip go that I let go for like 5 months. So I'm a bit behind on everything, but this was at one point a whip go call, so I'm just trying to focus on the ones that I haven't worked on. So that's it for that one. Excuse the zipper. The next one that I worked on is one of my newer full coverages. The HAED Heaven and Earth Design Amethyst by Ortega. This is on a 25 count white Lugana. There it is. So I did something that I normally don't do. I'm sorry, I have to do this a little weird to show you. So last time you saw it, there was barely anything in the corner. I think I had maybe 500 stitches into it. This time this time I got 1,676 stitches. So as you can see here, I'm halfway through a page, and I also worked the black line down 200 stitches. So normally that's not something that I would do, but I decided to try that out because I had a challenge where you had to have 200 stitches in a straight line. And I figured, since this black border is all across the entire project, I would just go down with it. I mean, it's not going to hurt anything. It's not like I can go wrong since there's so many more stitches to go. But so that was new for me. So I would like to bring this out again to try and get a page finish. This is one that I started this year, and I have a kind of matching piece that was a limited edition that I would like to start to go with this, but I need to buy some fabric. Okay, so the next one I worked on is the 2025 Cross Stitch Studio Mystery Sal. It's called Celestial Fantasy, and there's about 14 pages out now, and I'm still working on the first page because I don't have all the colors, so I decided to color complete with what I do have. So I'll probably start the next page soon because I won't be buying any colors anytime soon. So this is on the 25 count white Lagana 1/1, and I got 1,220 stitches. So just a little tiny. So I filled in a lot more on this page. So all the available, so all the colors that I have available are now in this first page. So a lot of those are going to be ninja stitches. So I'm not entirely sure if I like that. I might do it a bit differently and stick with my regular method for the next bit, even though I don't have all the colors. That said, I really do like the detail on this. And if you've seen the picture of people who are up to date on the Sal, I think page 14 came out this week. Yeah, it would have been on, I think, on the 15th. It looks really good. So I don't want to leave that too long and then just never catch up. I mean, I probably won't catch up, but that's okay. Okay, and then my last one that I have here is an Owl 4 kit by Joy Sunday. This was from before I knew me and my mom knew better than to buy not necessarily the best legal kits. So I have a couple more of these that I just want to get finished because they were presents and I do think they're cute. Now I think I started this, had this started in my last video, and I've added 1,662 stitches, and this is on a 16 count succulent Aida called Succulent by BeStitchMe 2/1, and he is very nearly complete. So his hat and all the back stitching up here and the entire owl is done. So all that's left down here is there's 2 colors of green, probably a couple hundred stitches, and then it will be completely done. Normally I would have liked to have finished this before I did this video, but I wasn't sure because I'm going to be going out tonight, so I know I'm not going to have time to film tonight or probably throughout the rest of the weekend, so he will be finished the next time you guys see him. And I mean, he's cute. I really like the hat, and I like the fabric that I picked to go on, because this obviously wasn't the kit fabric, because it was meant to go on a 14 and this is a 16 count. The kit thread is, you know, as you would expect, it's not the best quality, but it does fill quite nicely on the 16 count. And I had originally planned on this fabric to go down with the other 2 owls that I have, but I didn't honestly expect him to be so small. So I'm going to count, do some measuring, see if I can't put the other 2 on the 2 sides here, so they'll be horizontal instead. And I'm just gonna pause. I will be right back. Great, and I'm back. Yeah, so that was the hospital calling. We're all good. Everyone is fine. My mom is just getting some surgery on her leg. It's not a major surgery, at least it's not supposed to be. So they were just check in from the hospital just to ask her some questions. So, but I can talk about that more in my life stuff, so that anyone who's not interested can just see the stitching. Yeah, so like I was saying, I have 2 more owls to go on this, and I'm hoping that they will fit one on either side. I think that they will. I mean, he ended up being much smaller than I expected. He's cute though. I really like his hat, his little pirate hat. Basically, the other owls are the exact same, just with different accessories to the owls. And then if I can do that, then I'm not going to waste all this, and I can use it for something else, because it's very pretty green. And it's actually showing up quite true on the camera there. Yeah, so that's my plans with that. I'm going to work more on my amethyst. I can check on my computer here. So one of the things I'm doing at the moment is a whip frenzy. That's going to last for about 4 days. So basically that means in my challenge group, I do 200 stitches, but you can choose 100, and but basically you go through as many as your whips as you can, getting 100 to 200 stitches in the time span. So it's the 4 days, so this would be the 21st, I think. So then I can try and touch all of my whips. And after counting with my finishes, I think I have 21, or I will have 20, I think, after this one. But in terms of my 25 and 25 goal for the year, because I'm planning on starting the other 2 on the same fabric, it's still going to count as the same spot. So I have 4 open spaces for new starts, because I was not expecting to have, frankly, any of the finishes aside from my year of silhouettes way back in January this year. Like I'm for some reason having a year of finishes, which means I have a ton of patterns, like FOs downstairs, that I really need to get cracking on. I have a whole pile. So which leads me into my plans for my videos. So at the end of the month, because everyone's been doing their mid-year whip parades, I will also be doing a whip parade, because I've had so many changes, at least for me, and I'm hoping to have a couple new starts by then. I have lots of stuff kitted up downstairs. It's just a matter of do I want to start some more kits to try and whittle those down, or do I want to start one of my full coverage. There is one downstairs, one of the limited editions from HAED, that I would really like to start, but I need to see if my fabric that I have is big enough, because I don't have a picture of it, which is unfortunate, and it's downstairs, and I might surprise you guys with it. But essentially I would start with all the black. Now I highly doubt that I would stay with all the black, but because I won't have all the colors, I would just try and just work on that. But it's a paper pattern, which means that's going to be a little bit harder, but it could be a challenge. I don't know, I kind of feel like I'm on a roll, like with just like progress wise. So I'm going to start another one of these owls, I think, maybe for sure. And then I have to choose which one of my full coverages that I want to start for. It'll basically be a birthday start, because my birthday is on the 29th. So essentially, whatever full coverage I decide to start, I have one that's kit up. I just need to wind the floss, and I can always do that as I go. Or I can work on something with just black, and that will be my birthday start. And then I have a couple, well, more than a couple, Bella Filipinas or Mirabellas or Joan Elliott's that I could start. So there's lots of possibilities. So yeah, so that, you guys will see all that in the whip parade at the end of the month. just a mid-year one, and I'll put like progress pictures up and stuff so you guys can see how much we've done, because this has been a great year for me. Even when I lost my stitchy bug, I've already surpassed what I've done every year since I started. So we're gonna do that, and then even if I don't get to FFOing any of my finishes downstairs, I think I'm going to do a finish parade as well, because if my calculations are correct, I've had 6 finishes this year, or at least I will have when I finish my owl here. And I have the finishes downstairs that I showed that I'd done previously, but I might add them in anyway because they're not fully finished yet. But I have to see. I need supplies for my scrapbook, so that could be something fun I could do too. Anyway, I'm getting off track on ideas. So in terms of what I'm reading, I am still working on the riddle. This is the sequel to the book that I finished last time called the Naming. I'm not going too fast on this, mainly because I have no idea where my 3rd book in the series is. I think it's stuck in our 1 bedroom where we put all the stuff while we've been doing renovations and stuff, which means I can't get to it. So I'm not in a hurry to finish this. And since it's one of my favorite series, I know it off by heart basically by now. So I'll just take my time. And that's all I'm reading at the moment because I've been stitching so much more. I have been playing some video games. I've been playing Final Fantasy 13 on my computer. I played it a couple times before. It was the Final Fantasy that I started with, so it's a little bit of a nostalgia thing for me. And I'm trying to complete like 100% it. So I'm one of the rare people who love the story in that one, so I have no problem at all replaying it. And for the most part, I like the characters, so that's good for me. And I like the system, which is, again, rare because people seem to think that Final Fantasy 13 is one of the weaker ones. But since it's the one I started with, I guess that makes it special for me anyway. So I did that. And then I started to replay my Tomb Raider. It's the definitive edition of the 2013 version. It's another one of my favorite video games. I've 100%ed it before, so I'll probably try and do that again because it's just fun. But basically, I figured it's time for a replay, and then I can play the sequels. So that's what I'm working on that. And in terms of just life stuff, like I said before, when we got interrupted by the phone, my mom is having very minor surgery on her leg. They just need to check. They're checking to see if she needs replacement in her knee, and they're gonna just scrape out they're gonna scrape out some arthritis and try and do some fixing up in there and see if they can make things better for her. So I don't think that will impact too much. Knowing her, she'll be on her feet again in no time, or at least she'll try to. She's not one to sit down for very long. My sister just had a new baby, so I'm now an aunt of 2 girls, and she is adorable. So I'll be trying to get up there a bit more often so I can go see her. And other than that, there are a couple of weeks coming up where I will have the house all to myself, which means unlimited stitching time. And that's going to be so much fun. I have been feeling a tad bit better than I was before. I haven't been dizzy. in like 3 weeks, and it's marvelous. I have not been dizzy, which means that I haven't been sick, which means no headaches. So I've been so good. So now that I'm feeling better, I just want to do all the things. So that makes me a little bit hyper, but in a good way. So if you sat there and just listened to all my rambling, thank you. I'll be back in a couple weeks with more progress and the whip parade and the finish parade at the end of the month. And I hope until then you guys are having a great summer and just enjoying everything that you love to do. And I will see you guys all next time. Bye!